Welcome to Social Science Matters, a podcast series from the HIFMB with Kim.
And Jan. This is dedicated to exploring the important world of social science research in the marine environment.
Welcome on board.
So welcome to Social Science Matters. This is kind of an intro episode that tells you how to use this podcast and what it's for. So Kim, what is Social Science Matters?
Well, Social Science Matters is an idea that we had together to try to demystify and introduce social science and social science matters to a whole range of researchers, both social scientists and natural scientists, who are researching the marine environment. And for those who are listening, you may appreciate that it's a slight play on words. What we're interested in is both saying that social science matters, it's important for understanding our marine environment, but also we're interested in matters related to social science. And so we'll be looking at a number of those different matters, everything from ethics through to designing research, through to how we work with and research with people. So that's what Social Science Matters is. And it's really about providing introductory information for anyone interested in the human dimensions of the oceans.
Wonderful. And what can we expect from this series?
We can expect a series of episodes diving into questions of what, how, why of social science, covering everything from basic concepts to practical tools to those ethical considerations that I just mentioned. And it is a start point. These podcasts will be quite short, quite pithy. You won't be too bogged down by them. And we'll talk more about the resources that come with them.
Yeah.
So they're not exhaustive, but they are designed to enthuse, to inform and to inspire our listeners into those social science matters that I just mentioned.
Yeah, exactly. The core of the episodes, you can always find them in the show notes, like we say in the outro. And yeah, so with those complementary materials, what are they about? What's the important thing?
So the complementary materials are really important. As I mentioned, we will only be able to cover in each episode the basics to, as I mentioned, to inspire people to think about social science methods and to encourage them to dive deeper, as we say in our outro. So those complementary materials enable you to deepen your knowledge further. We're not going to be making people into social scientists overnight. That's not the aim of this, but it is to offer those introductions. So there'll be a variety of readings, so recommended readings that we will have from across marine social science disciplines and the social science disciplines more broadly. But there'll also be other things aside from reading. Other podcasts that may be useful. They're obviously not ones that we have produced, but ones that you might find interesting. Videos, other web resources that could be useful to our listeners.
Cool. And who is the podcast for?
So the podcast is, as I mentioned, we're not in the business of trying to convert people to becoming social scientists. But what's really essential, and we'll cover this in our first episode, is that the study of people in relation to the marine environment is becoming so crucial.
Exactly.
But how is that research done? How do we do that research? And what does it mean to start engaging with people? And so it's about empowering people to ask questions, to understand complex social issues, and how to think about how social science may be integrated into the work that is being done about our marine world. And I would say that in our institute, we have a lot of examples of people who are bridging and doing interdisciplinary research. So who's it for? It's also for interdisciplinary researchers, people like yourself, Jan, who are moving across those boundaries between the natural and social sciences.
Yeah, perfect. I'm very much looking forward to this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you in the next one.
See you. Want to dive deeper? You can find resources for every episode in the show notes.
And please share your questions, thoughts, and experiences on social media using the hashtag Social Science Matters.